Wala po siya.
Si Jacqueline. Jacqueline, ano balita sa Darasa? Di ba taga Darasa ka?
Opo, sir.
Anong balita dyan? Mag-traffic pa rin?
Okay lang naman po, sir. Hindi naman po ganun ka-traffic.
Uh, taga Malbar. Cape Ann. Kumusta sa Malbar?
Ayos lang po, sir.
Ayos lang. Clarice, kumusta dyan sa Santa Elena? Di ba Santa Elena ka?
Opo, sir.
Kumusta
Okay
dyan?
lang po.
Umuulan din.
Opo,
Mm-hmm. Si Kia Claire. Kia Claire, nasa Laurel ka ngayon?
Opo, sir.
Naulan ba dyan?
Hindi po.
May umuulan dito sa Tanawan.
Hindi po naulan.
Talaga? Kumusta ang Taal? Kia. Tahimik na?
Po. Po?
Tahimik na ba ang Taal?
Hindi ko lang po alam.
Malayo
Nausok
ka
daw po.
na uso.
Sabi po, pero baka daw po dahil lang po ng pagulan-ulan.
Ganon. Yan sa Kabalatigim, talaga Hanopol.
Sir, sa talaga po.
Okay. Yan rin nalampasan niyo yung bahay ni Mabini.
Bale, sir, sa likod po lang kami ng Mabini Shrine.
Oh, talaga? Yung ba ang Mabini Shrine, may isang hektarya ba yon, Kerry?
Hindi ko lang sure, sir.
Oh. Si Marie Daniel. Kailan ka ba magre-report? Today o bukas?
Ngayon po, sir.
Ano yun ba?
Opo.
Perez ang nawawala. Perez. Okay. So, magandang hapon, everybody. We continue with our lesson. This afternoon, ay sinasabing transaction approach in presenting the income statement. Ano kaya yun? And then, magkaiba na pala ang ibig sabihin ng income and revenue. Ano kaya pagkakaiba? And the most important, one of the most important things that being an accountant ay huwag niyong makakalimutan. Don't forget, yung computation ng cost of goods sold, pwedeng sa merchandising, at pwede sa manufacturing. Napaka-importante ng format na dapat nyo hindi makalimutan. Now, dati-dati, gumagamit ng extraordinary income, extraordinary expense. So, ano kayang mga example accounts yon? Expense or income accounts. Ngayon, iliba na, no? Other income, other expense na lang. And then, paano i-present ang income statement? Using the functional approach or the functional presentation versus natural presentation. Now, these are the main learnings that you will be getting going through these topics. Okay, our first reporter may start.
Wait lang po, sir. Wait ko lang po yung share screen.
Ano? Meron ka ba sinabi? Hindi kita na. Pakiulit nga. Hindi ko na.
Sir, wait ko lang po yung share screen po.
Okay, okay.
Share screen po kay Ate Lawrence. Good afternoon, everyone. Ang i-discuss ko po is about statement of comprehensive income at yung income statement. Kung ano po ba yung income at revenue. Usefulness of income statement, information about financial performance of an entity, in particular its profitability, is useful in predicting capacity of the entity to generate cash flows from existing resources. Information about financial performance is also useful in forming judgment about the effectiveness of employing additional resources. Dito, pinapakita ang financial performance ng isang company sa loob ng nakatakdang panahon. Sinasabi rin dito ang financial stories ng mga business activities. Makikita naman sa income statement ang revenue at expenses. Ito rin ang magbibigay information kung ano ang ganap or performance sa pagdating sa financial ng isang entity at kakayang kumita nito. Nagagamit ang income statement para mahulaan ang capacity ng isang entity. Ang income statement din ang tumutulong sa business owners para mag-decide kung ma-generate ba nito ang profit by increasing revenues, by decreasing costs, or both. Transaction approach. The transaction approach is the conventional or traditional preparation of income statement in conformity with PFRS. This approach of computing net income or loss requires the determination of how much income was earned during the year and how much expenses were incurred in earning the revenue. The difference between the income and the expenses is net income or net loss. The transaction approach is the direct result of the applications of the principles of matching costs with revenue. That is why this procedure is also called the matching approach. This approach has proved to be the acceptable procedure of determining income. It offers a detailed presentation of all the income and expenses incurred in earning the revenue. Before the discussion is made, the mechanics of preparing the income statement, it is in order to define what income and expenses are inasmuch as these are the components of the income statement. Sa transaction approach, ang ginamit pong preparations is conventional o traditional. Alinsunod po sa PFRS. Ang conventional po, ito yung guidelines na ginagamit para matulungan po yung companies na ma-determine kung paano mag-record in a certain business that have not yet fully addressed by accounting standards. Ang traditional naman po ay classifies that the accounts which is all ledger accounts, ay classified as personal and impersonal accounts, ang lahat ng rules ng debit at credit under nito ay golden rules. Sa pamamaraan ng pagko-compute ng kita or loss ay kailangang magpasya kung gaano or kung magkano ang kinita sa isang taon at kung gaano karami or kalaki ang expenses nito. Income. The conceptual framework defines income as increase in economic benefit during the accounting period in the form of inflow or increase in assets or decrease in liability that result in increase in equity, other than contribution from equity participants. Simply stated, income is inflow of future economic benefit that increases equity other than contribution by owners. Under ng conceptual framework na ang income ay dinedefine as enhancement ng assets or pag-decrease ng liabilities na magiging resulta ng pag-increase ng equity other than those relating to contribution galing sa equity holders. Source of income. Specifically, income is derived from the following ordinary activities. A. Sales of merchandise to customers. The income from sales shall include all sales to customers during the period. Sales returns, allowances, and discounts shall be deducted from gross sales to arrive at net sales. Dito po, ang sales of merchandise, ito yung pagta-transfer ng conveyance of goods, wares, and commodities kapalit ng pera. Para makuha ang net sales, dideduct ang sales returns, allowances, at discounts sa gross sales. B is rendering of services. Income from rendering of services, among others, include professional fees, media advertising commissions, insurance agency commissions, admission fees for artistic performance, and tuition fees. Ito yung bayad or kita na ginawa mong service. Ito yung serbisyo na binibigay ng company sa client o sa customer bago sila makatanggap ng bayad para sa mga services katulad ng professional fees, media advertising commissions, insurance agency commissions, admission fees for artistic performance, at tuition fees. C. Use of entity resources. This income includes interest, rent, royalty, and dividend income. Sa C naman po, yung resources entity, yun yung nagko-control ng generation resources or behave as allowed acting as a resource na naka-include sa kita katulad ng rent, interest, royalty, and dividend income. Sa D naman po, disposal of resources other than products. Example include gain on sale of investment, gain on sale of property, plant and equipment, and gain on sale of intangible assets. Yung asset disposal, ito po yung removable of a long-term assets galing sa company's accounting periods. Example nito is yung gain on sale investment, gain on sale property, plant and equipment, gain on sale of intangible assets. Next is distinction between income and revenue. The definition of income encompasses both revenue and gain. Technically, revenue arises in the course of ordinary regular activities of an entity and is referred to by a variety of different names, including sales, fees, interest, dividends, royalties, and rent. Gains represent other items that meet the definition of income and do not arise in the course of ordinary regular activities of an entity. The sale of merchandise to customers and the revenue from the rendering of services are the principal income of the entity. The income from use of entity resources and disposal of other resources is known as other income. Other income represent the revenue and gains from the peripheral and incidental transaction of the entity. Ang revenue po ay yung total amount ng pera na generate ng company bago tanggalin ng ibang expenses. Lumalabas ito sa courses ng mga ordinary activities ng isang entity. Ito ay ang mga sales, fees, interest, dividends, royalties, and rent. Ang income naman, ito equal to revenues minus the cost na ginawa ng business such as depreciation, interest, taxes, and other expenses. Ang gain naman, ito yung nagre-represent ng ibang items na nakatugon or sa kahulugan ng income or kita. Kung sa revenue, lumalabas o lumalabas ang course ng ordinary regular activities ng entity. Dito naman ay hindi. Ang sales of merchandise at revenue ay nananggaling sa services ang pangunahing kita ng isang entity. Dito rin sa income, dito rin sa income, nagsisimula sa paggamit hanggang sa pagtapon ng resources ay kilala pa rin bilang kita. Expense. Under the conceptual framework, expense is defined as decrease in economic benefit during the accounting period in the form of outflow or decrease in asset and increase in liability that results in decrease in equity, other than distribution to equity participants. Simply stated, expense is outflow of future economic benefit that decreases equity other than distribution of dividend paid to owners. Under ng conceptual framework, ang kahulugan ng expenses sa kanila is pagbaba ng economic benefits during the accounting period sa form ng outflow at pagbaba ng asset pagtaas ng liability na pwedeng maging resulta ng pagbaba ng equity. Expense din ay ito yung cost that businesses incur in running their operations katulad ng wages, salaries, maintenance, rent, at depreciation. Naka-include sa expenses is A. Cost of goods sold or cost of sales. B. Distribution costs or selling expenses. C. Administrative expenses. D. Other expenses. C. Income tax expense. Dito naman po, dito makikita yung computations ng cost of goods sold of merchandise entity. Which is yung pagko-compute ng cost of goods sold of merchandise entity is starting inventory or beginning inventory plus purchases minus ending inventory. So dito, ang pagko-compute ng cost of goods of merchandising entity is beginning inventory beginning inventory 500,000 plus net purchase 2 million is equal to goods available for sale 2,500,000 minus ending inventory 300,000 is equal to cost of goods sold. Dito, mapapansin nyo dun sa, hindi, mamaya. Ito muna, gross of purchase 1,900,000 plus freight in 150,000, total of 2,050,000 plus purchase returns allowances and minus purchase returns allowances and discounts 50,000 is equal to net purchase 2 million. Mapapansin nyo na yung net purchase sa taas ay same lang sa net purchase sa baba. Ito yung yung nasa baba, yun yung computations ng net purchase which is yung gross purchase, freight in at total of yung total na 2,050,000. Pati yung minus to purchase returns, allowances, and discounts. Kaya nakuha yung net purchase. Next is cost of goods sold of manufacturing entity. Beginning raw materials 50,000, net purchase 2 million, raw materials available for use 2,500,000 minus ending raw materials 2,200,000 equals to raw material use 2,200,000 plus direct labor 3 million plus factory overhead 1,300,000 plus is equal to total manufacturing cost of 6,500,000 plus beginning goods in process 900,000, total cost of in goods in process 7,400,000 minus ending goods in process 1 million is equal to cost of goods manufactured 6,400,000 plus beginning finished goods, 1 million is equal to good available for sale, 8 million. Wait. Minus ending finished goods, 1,500,000 is equal to cost of goods sold, 6,500,000. Para makuha naman yung cost of goods sold manufacturing, beginning inventory plus total manufacturing cost minus ending inventory. Para makuha yung cost of goods sold manufacturing entity.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so teka ha. Now, again, I should repeat na napaka-importante yung formula tungkol sa computation ng cost of goods sold, lalo na sa manufacturing. And I hope you will not forget very soon na merong formulang ganyan, ano? Lalo na sa manufacturing, may encounter ka ng mga direct materials, overhead, direct labor, goods in process. Okay? Now, ano ba ang tanong dyan? Irarambol yung sequence ng mga caption, ano? Tapos ang tanong, pwede nga itanong ay yung cost of goods sold o di kaya yung nga walang number. Kunwari ending raw materials. Pag-compute sa iyo. So, basta alam mo yung sequence, kahit anong ipa-solve sa iyo diyan, masosolve mo ng tama. Okay. Si Clarice, sino ba nag-report? Si Agila. Agila. May tanong ako sa iyo. Kapag ba to sa letter A, ang nakita kong equation ay revenue equals income plus gain. So sa letter A, revenue, revenue equals income plus gain. Letter B, income equals revenue plus gain. Letter B, income equals revenue plus gain. Ano yung letter A? Revenue equals income plus gain. Ano na tama doon? Yung A or yung B?
Sir, na pa? Hindi ko pa na...
O may tanong ako. Yung letter A, nakasulat, revenue is equal to income plus gain. Letter A yun. Doon sa letter B naman, income equal to revenue plus gain. Tanong ko, ano yung tama? A or B? Letter A, revenue is equal to income plus gain. Letter B, income equals revenue plus gain. Ano yung tama sa dalawa? Agila.
Ano po yung pangalawa, sir?
Letter A. Letter A is revenue is equal to income plus gain. Letter B, income equals revenue plus gain. Ano yung tama sa dalawa? A or B?
Sir, B po.
Oo. Kasi income encompasses both revenue and gain. Okay. So we go to the next speaker this afternoon. Si Ray. Ray. Ray ko nga ba? Okay. You may start.
Sir, rinig na po.
Nakikinig ka. Palaki mo ng kaunti.
Zoom pa, sir?
Kaunti lang. Ayun. Yun.
Okay na po.
Okay na.
Good afternoon. So now I'm going to discuss the classifications of expenses. Distribution costs or selling expenses constitute costs which are directly related to selling, advertising, and delivery goods to customers. Distribution costs or the selling expenses includes A. Salesmen salaries, B. Sales commission, C. Traveling and marketing expenses, D. Advertising and publicity expenses, E. Freight out or the cost of delivering finished goods to a customers, and F. Depreciation of delivery equipment and store equipment. Administrative expenses constitute costs of administering the business. These ordinarily include all operating expenses not related to selling and cost of goods sold. Administrative expenses include A. Doubtful accounts or the bad debts or the uncollectible accounts. B. Office salaries and expenses of general executives. C. Office supplies expense. D. Contributions to charity. E. Professional fees. F. Depreciation of office building and office equipment. And letter G. Amortization of intangible assets or lowering the book value of an intangible assets. Next is other expenses are those expenses which are not directly related to the distribution or administrative function. Other expenses include a loss on sale of trading investment, loss on sale of property, plant, and equipment, C. Loss on sale of non-current investment, letter D. Loss on sale of intangible asset, letter E. Casualty loss from earthquake, typhoon, hurricane, tsunami, flood, fire, storm surge, and other natural disaster. F is expropriation loss or yung act of government claiming private property against sa wish ng owners to be used for public. The other expenses are the expenses and losses from peripheral or incidental transaction of the entity. Other expenses are not directly related to primary or principal operations but nevertheless are part of the operating activities of the entity. No more extraordinary items. Pass 1, paragraph 87 specifically mandates that an entity shall not present any items of income and expense as extraordinary items in the income statement or statement of comprehensive income or in the notes. Unusual or infrequent items or the rare or di madalas mangyari na items of income and expense are considered component of income from continuing operation. Thus, expropriation loss and casualty loss from earthquake, typhoon, flood, fire, and other natural disasters are considered component of income from continuing operations. Next is the separate disclosure. Pass 1 paragraph 97 provides that when an items of income and expense are material, their nature and amount shall be disclosed separately. Paragraph 98 provides the circumstances that would give rise to the separate disclosure of the items of income and expense. So these are the items of income and expense requiring disclosures. A. Write down of inventory to net realizable value and reversal of such write down. Um, yung write down, yun yung process used when an inventory loses value and its market value drops. Tapos magkakameron naman ng write down kapag yung na write down na for example na inventory ay um ay, yung bigla na lang tataas kaya nagkameron ng reversal ulit. Tumaas yung market value. Letter B, same as letter A, write down of property, plant, and equipment to recoverable amount and reversal of such write down. C, restructuring of the activities of an entity and reversal of any provision for the cost of restructuring. Yung restructuring of activities of an entity, it is a changing of its organizational structure. Letter D, disposal of an item of PPE or yung selling, abandoning, and removing from its use. Letter E, disposal of investments or yung selling or disposing asset or securities or selling stock investments on open market like PSE. Letter F, discontinued operation or yung no longer operational or have been removed from the company. Letter G, litigation settlement rather, or yung amount na nabayad from the party na nagbigay ng lawsuit for its damages or under ng court. Letter H, other reversal of provision. Line items. Past 1 paragraph 82 provides that the line items in the statement of comprehensive income are A. Revenue or the total amount of money a company generate before removing all the expenses. B. Gain or loss from the recognition of financial asset measured at amortized costs at as required by the IFRS 9. It's either the asset has been transferred to a third party or the entity's contractual rights to the asset's cash flow have been expired. Letter C, finance costs or the cost of finances like cost, interest, and other charges involved in the borrowing of money to build or purchase an asset. Letter D, share of income or loss of associate and joint venture accounted for using the equity amount. So associate is an entity where an investor has a significant influence, while the joint venture is a joint arrangement where parties have joint control of the arrangements. Letter E, income tax expense or the government tax that a business recognized in an accounting period. Letter F, a single amount comprising discontinued operations. G, profit or loss for the period. H, other comprehensive income. Letter I, comprehensive income for the period. The following items shall be disclosed on the face of the income statement and statement of comprehensive income. A. Profit or loss attributable or related to non-controlling interests and owners of the parent. B. Total comprehensive income attributable to non-controlling interests and owners of the parent. An entity shall present additional line items, headings, and subtotals in the statement of comprehensive income or separate income statement when such presentation is relevant to an understanding of the financial performance of the entity. Forms of income statement. Pass 1, paragraph 99 provides that an entity shall amount on the face of the income statement an analysis of expenses using a classification based on either the function of expenses or their nature within the entity, whichever provides information that is reliable and more relevant. Accordingly, the income statement may be presented in two ways, namely functional and natural. The first presentation is the functional. Functional presentation is the traditional and common form of income statement. Um, the functional presentation is also known as the cost of goods sold method. This form classifies expenses according to their function as part of cost of goods sold, distribution costs, administrative activities, and other activities. Entities classifying expenses by function shall disclose additional information on the nature of expenses, including depreciation, amortization, and employee benefits costs. So terms like cost of goods sold instead ay yung makikita na dito sa functional presentation. Instead naman na i-aggregate mo lahat ng expenses, pagsasamahin mo na lang siya sa isang account like the distribution cost, excuse. The second presentation is natural presentation, which referred as the nature of expense method. Under this form, expenses are aggregated according to their nature and not allocated among the various functions within the entity. In other words, the natural expenses are no longer classified as cost of goods sold, distribution costs, administrative, and other activities. The expenses which are of the same nature are grouped or aggregated and presented as one item. Dito naman yung mga sinasila, sinisil, dito naman mga terms na ano na, yung mga sales commission, advertising, supplies expense. Thank you po.
Okay. So, maliliwanagan tayo lalo kapag may mga susunod na illustrations between natural and functional na i-present ng next reporter. Okay. So, next. Okay. Salamat, Ray. Okay. Next. Continue. Spiritu.
Good afternoon po.
Malaksan mo yung boses mo.
Yan. Page 163 to
Ako, patay
165.
ka, bata. Uy, laksan mo ang boses mo.
Okay po, sir. Dinig na po ako.
Ayan, sige. Magsisigaw ka dyan.
Page 163 to 165. Examples of natural expense. A. Purchases. B.
Teka muna. Oy, Marie.
Pa.
Wala naman kami nakikita sa screen.
Sorry po. Wait lang. Kita na po?
Malaki rin pang kaunti.
Sige. Okay na
Yan.
po.
Okay na yan.
Page 163 to 165. Examples of natural expense. A. Purchases. B. Employee benefit cost, which include sales salaries, office salaries, SSS contribution, Medicare contribution, bonuses, and other employee benefits. C. Advertising cost. D. Transport costs, including freight out and other delivery expense. E. Supplies, which includes store supplies and office supplies. F. Depreciation, and G. Other expenses. Functional income statement. Exemplar company income statement year ended December 31, 2017. Net sales 9 million minus cost of goods sold, which is 5,400,000, is equals to gross income, which is 3,600,000. Other income, 900,000. Investment income, 500,000. And total income is equals to 5 million. Expense, distribution cost, 1,350,000. Administrative expenses, 1 million. Other expenses, 320,000. Finance cost, 200,000, which is equal to 2,870,000. Income before tax is 2,130,000. Income tax expense is 580,000 and net income is 1,550,000. Note 1, net sales, gross sales of 9,300,000 minus sales return and allowances of 100,000 minus sales discount of 200,000 is equals to net sales of 9 million. Note 2, cost of goods sold, inventory of on January 1, 1,500,000, purchases 6 million, freight in 300,000, with a total of 6,300,000 minus purchase return and allowance 150,000 minus purchase discount of 250,000 is equals to 5,900,000. Goods available for sale is 7,400,000 minus inventory on December 31 of 2 million is equals to 5,400,000. Yun po yung cost of goods sold. Note 3, other income, interest revenue 180,000, dividend revenue 120,000, rent revenue 100,000, gain from expropriation of 500,000 is equals to 900,000. Investment income, share in net income of associates of 25%, 500,000. Note 5, distribution costs, sales salaries of 600,000, SSS and PhilHealth sales 20,000, sales commission 180,000, advertising 100,000, store supplies expense 50,000, delivery expense 250,000, depreciation office equipment 150,000, total distribution cost of 1,350,000. Note 6, administrative expenses, office salaries 650,000, SSS and PhilHealth office 30,000, bonuses 100,000, office supplies expense 70,000, taxes and licenses 20,000, doubtful accounts 40,000, and depreciation of office equipment 90,000. Total administrative expenses is 1 million. Note 7, other expenses, loss on sale of investment 30,000, loss on sale of property 120,000, casualty loss from earthquake 170,000 with total of 320,000. And note 8, finance costs, interest expense on bank loan 50,000, interest expense on bonds payable 150,000, total finance cost is 200,000. Ito pong mga note na to, ito po yung pinapakita lang kung paano nakuha yung mga nandito. Yun lang.
Okay. So, there. Oh. Now, class. So, magkaiba ang itsura, siyempre, ng income statement na piniprepare ayon sa tinatawag na functional presentation at iba naman ang itsura ng income statement kung i-present mo sa forma ng natural income presentation, no? So now, one striking difference dito sa functional, para bang no, pinakikita mo, hindi mo sabihin ang very obvious dito, makikita mo yung administrative expense na iba't ibang expense accounts Tapos yung selling and marketing expenses, na alam naman natin, iba't ibang accounts yun, ano? Para bang sinabing, present the expenses doon sa tinatawag na departmental. No? Departmental. Ay, doon naman sa, ano, ah, ah, dito sa natural, pinakikita talaga yung mga ano, hindi siya departmentalized, ano. Wala talaga yung mga specific particular expenses regardless kung anong department o anong function, basta of same expense siya, of same nature, natural presentation yun. Okay? Dito sa undergraduate, ano ang ating na-encounter dito? Ditong natural income statement presentation. So, it's up to the management, ano? Pwede sabihin ng management na gumawa ka ng income statement, both functional and natural. No? Kasi gusto rin kontrolin ng management ang expenses per function. Not only control expenses per particular expense, ano? But also the expense of a center, ika nga. Tulad ng distribution center. Anyway, there's still reports coming on the subject matter. Let us see. Does any question? Oh, whoa, whoa. Kung walang tanong, the last number of our program. Okay, open your camera. Lawrence, nandiyan ka ba?
Opo, sir.
Okay. Okay, class. You prepare or be ready with your smiles. As we did yesterday's. Iwan tayo ng mga smiles. Okay.
Okay na po.
Wala. Kompleto ba tayo? Okay. So, sino mag-count? Ako mag-count.
Okay po.
Okay. So, show our smiles. Plus 1. Ready? 2. Ready? 3.
Okay na po.
Okay. So, we have another break before we meet sa auditing. Auditing. Hintay ko lamang yung ring alarm galing kay Lawrence. Okay, class, break time.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.